Hey friends, I am here with a wig review for you. This is Main Attraction Hollywood in the color Butternut. I had Hollywood in the first 6 months of my wig wearing journey over 5 years ago. And I'm so thrilled to have her again and be able to do a review for you on this piece. This is a really pretty regular synthetic, mid-length, curly, some Permatease, great updo potential. I will talk about all of that and show you this color inside and outside in this video right now. I am partnering with Name Brand Wigs to bring you this review. They sent me Hollywood so that I could show all of you. And I gotta tell you guys, when I first started wearing wigs, this was my dream hair. And when I first bought wigs like this, I couldn't wear them. They completely overwhelmed me. As someone who's been losing her hair for over 25 years, this was a lot more hair than I ever had. And so I struggled a lot. But over the years, I've learned some tips on how I can make wigs like this work if they don't work in the beginning. Now I can wear them no problem. But back then, things like styling and using accessories, so I will talk about that a little later in this video. If you're a brand new wig wearer, I usually say don't start with the dream hair. But sometimes we can't help ourselves. And so knowing how to work with them is going to make all the difference. Now, Name Brand Wigs really supports this wig wearing community. That's why they send so many videos out for review. They know how important these reviews are. And because I like to teach in my reviews, I think they like how I do my reviews. So please show them love. Check them out. They carry all the major name brands. If you need help, if you're looking for a particular color or style, you can email them some inspiration pictures and they'll see what they can find for you. Their email is support@namebrandwigs.com. I really think they are one of the best major name brand retailers out there, so definitely check them out. Let's look at Hollywood from all sides. Get up on my tiptoes to make sure you can see the ends of this longer piece. The overall length of this one is about 18.5 inches. It definitely has layers though, you can see. But the overall length, about 18.5 inches. If you can't wear long wigs, but you want to try one so badly, let me just tell you that this type of wig is perfect for updos. I love wearing curly and wavy pieces in half up, half downs. I also love to grab them and wear them in ponytails and let those curls spill down. And one of my favorite ways to wear wigs like this is I twist it in the back. I stick a claw clip in, which I have right here. Let those curls spill down over the top. And because this has some shorter layers, this is just so perfect. So if you decide to try the dream hair and you struggle with it, just remember you can style your wigs. You can put clips in them. You can put ponytail holders in them. You can put headbands on them. That's one of my favorite things to do with wigs like this, is to style them with headbands. So if you get a wig and it's overwhelming you, this does have Permatease, which I'll talk about in a moment. Let's say you get it because you're not sure. And then you find that right now, where you're at in your journey, that Permatease is just too much for you. If you throw a headband on, that tamps down the volume so much and makes such a huge difference. This works with short wigs, long wigs, mid-length wigs. It kind of works with everything. So it's one of my favorite ways to style a wig and one of my favorite recommendations when I get emails or DMs from people saying, oh my gosh, I'm struggling with this wig. Usually I tell them to try a headband or clips. This has a lace front right there. They did a great job, and they brought that blonde a little bit up to the front so you can't see as much of the knotting from that rooting. We've got only a lace front, no mono part or mono top. This does have Permatease, and sometimes you can see some visible Permatease on the top with wigs like this. I would say the darker colors and the rooted colors, you can't really see it as much as you can on the blondes, grays, and non-rooted. So if you can wear darker colors or rooted colors and you're bothered by a little bit of visible Permatease, that's what I would recommend to do. There's that lace front. Look at how deep that lace front is. It's almost like a partial mono. You've got all of that, about maybe 1.5 inches maybe even 2 inches of parting space. So it does mimic a part, it just doesn't go as far back as mono parts typically do. We've got soft ear tabs with bendable stays, extended nape, Velcro adjuster. The rest is open wefted. Now this wig weighs, I've got it written down here, 4.75 ounces. That's a good weight. I mean, it's pretty hefty for a wig. So I would say that this is a moderate to heavy density. All the top of this has Permatease. There is poofy Permatease up here. So if you like big hair, you can get in there and zhuzh up that Permatease and give yourself some volume. You can also, you know, really mess up the curls. You can put styling product like trestle or wig wax in it, and you definitely can give yourself nice rocker hair. I mean, really, when I first got this wig a little over 5 years, well, probably about 4.5 years ago, I was just starting to get a little bit more adventurous with wigs when I decided I could make this like sexy date night hair. So I definitely think this one is going to be fun for those of you who like big hair, like a lot of hair, or are looking for a wig you can do updos. You know, sometimes we need fancy hair for things, and back when we had our hair, we could curl it and style it and do all the things. And now with wigs, sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking thinking about an event coming up and what hair are you going to wear. So having one piece that you can wear when you have to get dressed up, when you have a wedding to go to or a fancy event, can really go a long way in your confidence level with wigs. So even if you don't wear a wig like this regularly, think about getting one. If you ever go to fancy events, you ever like to do your hair fancy, think about getting one like this. And you can style it up. You don't have to wear it down, but it will give you confidence, and you won't have to worry about like a sudden event where now what hair am I going to wear? Hair like this. That's what you could wear. Let's talk about fit. Main attraction wigs are known for running really true to average. I have this cinched in quite a bit. I have a 21.25 circumference, and I have it cinched in a lot, and it's still a little loose on me. So I would say this is very true to average on circumference. They have a lot of stretch, and I do get a fair amount of cap up here, meaning there's room for a bigger head than mine inside this cap. All of my measurements are in the description below. You can be a fair amount bigger than me to fit into this. I was a 22-inch circumference when I first started wearing wigs. Weight loss kind of shrunk my head, but they fit me great then, and even a little loose then. So definitely think this is a great all the way up to very, very true average fit. And finally, before color, I will hear from my bang wearers. Can I cut a bang in that? Absolutely. You have a template already built for you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down to the description of this video. I have a video linked where I show how to use a thinning razor to trim up bangs. It is foolproof and so easy. So if you like bangs, but you struggle because either the bangs are, you know, I have a very short measurement, 2.5 inches right here. So most wigs that have a true bang, the bangs are too long on me, so I have to trim them. Or a wig like this, I don't really think this is meant to wear as a full bang, but it's so close to one. Just use that little thinning razor, trim it up. It's so easy to do, and you don't have to worry about taking a big chunk like you do with a straight scissors. So I just wanted to give you guys that tip. I will link some fun videos below, including an updo video showing how I put a wig in an updo and, you know, hide the cap on the sides and hide the cap in the back. So don't be afraid to play with your wigs. And I've got lots of videos where I show you how to do that successfully. So just reach out to me if you're unsure, and if I have a video on it, I can always get you a link to it. All right, let's talk about this color, Butternut. Like I said, it's a rooted blonde, and I would say that's a fairly dark root. It's going to look super dark in here. It's not quite as dark as it's looking in here. So I do have an outside look, and you can see that outside. It's not as dark, but it is a fairly dark root. This is a gold blonde with light blonde highlights. So we've got ourselves like a warm blonde base, and then lots of light blonde highlights. You back up a little bit. Looks like we're getting some glare from my lights. Sometimes these lighter blonde wigs reflect that light a little bit, which is also why I think sometimes I hear from wig sisters about wigs being shiny. Regular synthetic fibers can sometimes be shiny. It's just how those kind of plasticky fibers the light plays off of them. So if you get a wig, and blondes are notorious for that, if you get a wig and you find it's just too shiny, like a little snarl right there, which is sometimes what happens with these curly pieces. If you find that a wig that you have is too shiny, know that it will dissipate over time, but you can use dry shampoo. I would buy brunette specific if you have a brunette wig. You can use cornstarch, just playing with it, wearing it. You can try soaking it in water. Some of that shine is from a silicone coating that eventually will wear off. And so I've got older regular synthetics that don't have any shine anymore. So over time it will wear off, but you need a suggestion for how to deal with that before it wears off, right? That's my suggestion. All right, guys, let's get outside so you can see this color outside. Thank you once again to Name Brand Wigs. Please show them some love and visit their website. They really do help us out a lot. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. All right, beautiful color outside. Blondes always seem to look cooler outside and warmer inside. Beautiful color. There's that root. That is what makes this wearable for me. That darker root to go with my darker eyebrows. Should have worn a jacket. It's kind of cold out here. One more look at that root. All right, there you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.